Back to Russia, Interpol has now elected South Korea's Jong Yang as its president. Kim will be replacing Meng Hongwei, who, remember, was detained in China over bribery charges. Kim, who had been serving as acting president, has been elected for a 2-year term at the body's annual Congress in Dubai. Earlier, the U.S. strongly backed South Korea's bid to lead the International Police Agency. U.S. lawmakers had been lobbying for a while now to oppose Russia's candidacy, alleging that Russia has been abusing Interpol, trying to use it to settle scores and harass dissidents by issuing warrants for their arrest. Yang was named acting president of Interpol in October after then-president Meng Hongwei disappeared while on a trip to his home country of China.
You've seen that Interpol is electing a new president. It's an important organization. We strongly endorse Jong Yang, who is serving as its acting president. We encourage all nations and organizations that are part of Interpol and that respect the rule of law to choose a leader with credibility and integrity that reflects one of the world's most critical law enforcement bodies. We believe Mr. Kim will be just that.
And on that developing story, we earlier spoke to Patrick Falk from Hong Kong. We asked him on the latest and the reaction that's come in from South Korea so far. Here's what he said.
Well, Jong Yang served in the South Korean police for 20 years before retiring in 2015, and he was actually chief of South Korea's most populous province in the country. Now, he was, of course, acting president of Interpol following the disappearance of Meng Hongwei, apparently in Chinese custody. After winning the election, he talked about the unprecedented changes and enormous challenges to public security and safety. And he also talked about the need for a clear vision to build a bridge to the future. He's known to be a big proponent, a huge fan of South Korean policing strategies, fondly known as K-COP. As far as we understand, that involves a lot of emphasis on technology in particular, and also security in public spaces. And South Korea, as you can imagine, is absolutely delighted with the news. The president has congratulated him publicly on Twitter and talked about the pride that he brings to the nation.
And we also asked Patrick on to what extent this is a blow to Russia and how Moscow has reacted so far.
Well, Moscow has certainly not taken well to the news. It's said that the US's campaign against its candidate amounted to election meddling, will you have it. But you know, Kim did have to win the election by a margin of he had to win 2/3 of the vote. So it wasn't exactly a small margin that he won it by. And there was also opposition from a number of other Western countries who were concerned that the Russian candidate would abuse the system and go after Kremlin critics. Ironically, Russia had stepped up charges against some of its fiercest critics this week, and that's apparently put the spotlight on these concerns.